Maybe in the next 2 weeks, there'll be changing of the guard out with the old dollar and in with the new monetary system. See, the moon gives off the energy that exactly the economy has already crashed, but we're not seeing it yet. It just hasn't been out in the open yet, and the system is already in place. People might they'll be scared. They might not want to open up and spend any more money. Maybe the Section 8 might be stopped or might be on hold. People are going to be holding on to every dollar. And
The despair card, the words not hiring, if you look closely, is there.
With this government shutdown, a lot of government jobs, and now they can't find work.
we might have to remember to go to nature, like Kaila says, meditate and pray for those of us who do pray, because it's about to get really, really rocky. And I don't mean Balboa.
I'm thinking there could be somebody highlighted, from the news, from the world, that might be losing a wife, and maybe a high profile couple.
That could easily be someone that's really rich, famous, or maybe the relationship would just be over.
Cryptos are up and down, gold and silver's going up, all these protests happening here in the States. If the EBT cards and everything aren't working November 1st and people don't have money for their groceries on the 1st, are they going to be like stealing it at that particular point in time? Is this the death of welfare in the States?
I would definitely keep an eye on Trump, though. And I don't mean mainstream media only. Literally, if you look at what he has been saying, there's a lot of hidden communication coming through in some.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our channel called The Three of Pentacles. We are three tarot card readers, and we like to read on world events and hot topics and things that are going around us in different cities and different parts of the world. We also do personal readings as well. And if you need any personal readings done, just please reach out to us. Our contact information is in the description. This video, we're going to be pulling cards on what we could expect for the next 2 weeks, the environment, the mood, things that we can expect or look out for in the next 2 weeks. But before we do that, I'd like to introduce my two woo sisters, Kaila and Lynn, the beautiful Kaila and Lynn.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
And may I say, not only beautiful, but intelligent and intuitive. These are heavy hitters that I'm working with. So, and my name is Barbara. So we'd like
Barbara.
Yes.
Yay! Woo,
and we are entering your season, aren't we?
Yes, we are entering into the Scorpio season, and yay for the Scorpios! And Kaila just had a birthday too. Everybody knows. You saw the video. A lot of people have commented on that. So
thank you all again. It was so thoughtful.
Wonderful.
My Jakey turns 10 on Thursday.
Oh,
and Jake turns 10 on
I think
Thursday.
He's our first Scorpio birthday of this season, isn't he? Your two Scorpios are a little bit later, Kaila?
My first one is on the 3rd of November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm on the 14th, and then the second one is on, which one is on?
20th.
20th.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we're gonna win that season. As you all see, we like to pull on serious things, but we also like to pull on more fun things because it's for entertainment, but not only because we really, really go deep. And you can see those really deep videos on our Rumble channel. So let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. And we're going to look at the 2-week pull that Lynn prepared for us.
Oh.
Isn't that interesting? And all of the Halloween adobes at the top. I love it. I see you have your selenite stick, and I have mine here too.
Go for it.
If you would like to go ahead, Barbara, if you want me to go, you decide.
Sure. You can go first. I'm always taking over, so I'll let you.
No, it's totally fine.
I'll let you go ahead.
These were some interesting cards this week. We have the first card being Widower, and we have Sasquatch as well. Those were the two that sort of caught my attention. So with the Widower card and the King of Pentacles, is it the death of something? Now, we've been seeing some changes, some things happening on the world stage. Is it the financial world changing again? Are we seeing the end of something there? Or is this more literal, and is it going to be like someone that we're going to see having a death close to them? Is it a man who's going to be in despair or something like that? Let's keep our eyes open. There's a lot happening right now. Now, also with that despair card and the Four of Swords, it suggests a time of rest and contemplation. Note that in this Four of Swords card, we have the light shining in on the feather, which usually represents wisdom, and there's a sword in his hand. So what you need is in your hands. Remember that you have the ability to uncover that hidden wisdom or knowledge. Also in the despair card, the words not hiring, if you look closely, is there. So is it some physical setbacks happening in the world of work or in the world of finances? We can look out for some of those coming up. At the very top, we have the tranquility card, which reminds us to stay in nature or seek nature out to be soothed and healed. It looks a bit intense these next 2 weeks. So energetically, it looks a bit up and down because we also have the Eight of Swords card here. But the Tranquility number 6 card says that our troubles are in the past. It points to challenging times on a multitude of levels. It talks about health, financial worries, troubled relationships, even physical things changing, or us being spiritually tested. And we may feel the effects of these troubles right now. So this might be coming up within the next 2 weeks. Let us know if you're feeling that. However, this card repeats that worries are coming to an end, so that is good to see. The number 6 card points to a time of rest that's needed to recharge and overcome those challenges. I see the Justice card here as a reminder of the need to find balance, be fair, and put attention to ethical. Being ethical in anything that you do in your life, day-to-day stuff that you're doing. Remember that this is something that we must always seek. We must seek that higher vibration and the higher ground. So our attention is being drawn to karmic justice. And here we have the mouse card repeating. I think we had this either last week or sometime in the recent past.
It was the last 2-week pull.
It was the
Yeah.
last. Okay. And with the moon card just below, it points to stress, mistrust, theft, or even deceptive energies at play. But we have the card of Sasquatch saying primordial forces are at work. So it gives a sense of higher forces at play or even duality at work to balance things out. So let's keep that positive energy there. The Emperor card just below usually is our trump card or some sort of powerful male behind it all that we should keep an eye on to see, what's coming up, maybe who's making, the news. I would definitely keep an eye on Trump though and see what he is doing or what he's saying right now. And I don't mean mainstream media only, because literally if you look at what he has been saying, even on Truth Social and so on, there's a lot of hidden communication coming through in some of his recent posts. And he has been doing some big things right now. He's working on several different things in the world stage. So I would definitely keep an eye on what's coming up with him in the next few weeks.
That sounds almost identical to what I got. And, we are in the Scorpio season, and not only, but the Halloween season. So I see that Lynn has put the pumpkin down here, the little hat. Now the skull is always there. The skull's always there. So that's has a whole different wise meaning. Yeah, all of this, I'm getting basically the same thing. My eye first falls on the emperor, so he's bringing up the rear. So it's going to be some type of structure or powerful people that are making whatever happens in the next 2 weeks. They're kind of pushing it for it to happen. So alla mia cara moglie, that's the first card. That's Italian for my dear beloved wife. So exactly next to the spare and above the King of Pentacles. So maybe in the next 2 weeks they'll be changing of the guard out with the old dollar and in with the new monetary system, the system that Janine has been talking about for a while, and we've been picking up on it. And the Four Swords next to the king looks like the switch has already happened, maybe unbeknownst to everybody else, it has already happened. And it might make a lot of people feel debilitating, like an Eight of Swords. So if there's going to be that switch in the next 2 weeks, people might feel a little out of it. They'll be scared. They might not want to open up and spend any more money. I'm going to jump around a little bit here. Let's see. The moon gives off the energy that exactly the economy has already crashed, but we're not seeing it yet. It just hasn't been out in the open yet. And the system is already in place by the emperor. He's down there at the end. The despair. Yep. If the dollar's crashing or if it's going to crash, just like she has shared something in our group today about Section 8. There's a lot of people that maybe the Section 8 might be stopped or might be on hold. People are gonna be holding on to every dollar in the next 2 weeks. So are we gonna see an official shutdown? We'll see. And now the card at the top, the tranquility card that Kyla said it was, it almost reminds me of the temperance in the Rider-Waite deck, the universal timing, tranquility. It's in the middle of all this mess that could be happening. So we might have to remember to go to nature, like Kyla says, meditate and pray for those of us who do pray, and for us to keep a level head, and because it's about to get really, really rocky in the next 2 weeks. And I don't mean Balboa. So now looking at the rats, that it says 27, I mean, it says 24/7, 23/7. I'm thinking 24/7 maybe. But it's almost like when I see those rats, it almost makes me feel like it's every man for himself. You just get out there and get what you can. Because if they do start shutting down and switching over the monetary system, people are gonna find themselves in dire situations for food and making ends meet, and it might even become a little beast like the Sasquatch that we see roaming out there, the survival in the wild. So, and then the Day of the Dead card, it's called the Justice, but it almost makes me feel about the Day of the Dead, but it feels like karmic, and it's here, and all of it's already happening. People in general really maybe don't see it coming, but thank goodness that we do have the cards and we can read on the energies. So the next 2 weeks, just like Kyla says, it feels like it's going to be a rocky road. So everybody, prepare as much as you can, pray as much as you can, meditate as much as you can, try to keep a level head and with all these energies that are going around. Make the right decisions if you can financially with you and your family, and just be prepared. Stay on the lookout.
All right. Well, I immediately got, as soon as I saw the King of Pentacles and the Widower, I'm thinking there could be somebody highlighted, from the news, from the world, that might be losing a wife, and maybe a high profile couple. It could be the financial system as well. I think we're still got a ways to go with the financial system. We've got a lot of stuff happening in it right now. Cryptos are up and down. Gold and silver's going up, up, up. So there's a lot happening definitely there. With the despair card, when you mentioned that it said not hiring, I almost wonder, with this government shutdown, is Trump able to get rid of a lot of jobs, and that's the despair, and a lot of government jobs, and now they can't find work? That could be going on. The number 6 card, it's the tranquility at peace. It does say in the book, it says, now either by acceptance or conclusion, our troubles are past. Now, wouldn't that be nice if everything was in the past? But to me, I think for this particular 2 week, I take it as more going out and grounding again and protecting your peace during these next couple of weeks, more or less. Your 8 of Swords, obviously people are having troubles, but they can easily walk away, but they haven't figured out that they can walk away yet. The mice, as soon as I saw those, I was like, oh man, 2 weeks in a row. There's never usually one mouse. It's usually multiples, and they're scattering. And that reminds me, especially with the moon card, is it all these protests happening here in the States? I know there's protests happening around the world, but in particular, it's causing a lot of issues in the States with governmental stuff, and there's fighting between the states and the federal government. And is it the death of something? Is it going to be the death of the protesters? But Barbara brings up a good point. If the EBT cards and everything aren't working November 1st and people don't have money for their groceries on the 1st, I don't like to say this, but are they going to be like little mice scattering around and just grabbing all the food that they can and stealing it at that particular point in time? Is this the death of welfare in the States? We haven't even discussed that yet. I love my Sasquatches, primal forces. I'm hoping that means there's some other entities possibly here to help smooth this over. The Trump card is there. Trump's got a lot of stuff going on, but justice brings it all back together, and everything should fall in place. Whether it's going to fall in place in the next 2 weeks, I don't know, but in the end, in the long run, for sure. And that's kind of what I get.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, that Alamia Karamoye, with the guy mourning over there with that King of Pentacles, yeah, that could easily be someone that's really rich or
Yeah,
famous,
could be too.
or that's in the news, and they could lose their wife some type of way. Maybe not actually lose her as in death, lose her. Maybe they'll just the relationship would just be over. It could be a little bit of
Yep.
anything, but those cards came up for the next 2 weeks.
I mean, he
So
is a
everybody,
king, maybe King Charlie Pants. Who knows?
ah, okay.
It's funny that we had the no king protests over the weekend, isn't it?
That's true.
And now we
So,
have a king right under the
yeah.
first card. Yep. So keep your eyes open. We'll all keep our. This looks like really intense, like an intense 2 weeks. And we
Think
knew
so.
that we had to go through a lot, like a couple more things
Yeah.
before everything starts settling down a little bit. But it looks like it's coming up to a point, let's say.
Threshold, yeah.
Yeah, to a threshold. So we'll definitely see what happens in the next 2 weeks. If any of this resonates with you all, or if you've seen something that we haven't seen yet, please come back and write it in the comments. We'd like to have more comments and more participation from you all. We really, really love that. Bounce some stuff off for you all. And of course, if you want us to read on something, please do not hesitate to let us know. Write it under the comments and we will read it. All right. Did we want to add anything else, Lynn and Kyla?
I don't think so. Just don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, exactly. Like, share, and subscribe. And
And
thank you,
commenting helps
thank
us with
you.
the algorithms. Sorry, Barbara.
Yes, please.
And commenting, what'd you say? Commenting helps us with the
Helps us
algorithms,
with the
right?
algorithms.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. And Kyla's going to let you know where we can be seen, found, and heard.
All right, so we are on YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, and Facebook. So all of our information is down below in the description box. And we want to say, remember, we will never contact you first for anything. So always beware of scammers. And we thank you so much for watching. As usual, we will see you again.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.